That's all right, guys. So, welcome to my absolute very first YouTube live, and this will not be my last. Like I'm going to be doing a lot more of these. I can't hear myself. I can't hear myself. I say I can't hear myself. Okay, so this is my very first YouTube live, and if you guys have yet to see what the topic is, it is pressure births purpose. Pressure births purpose. So I'm just getting myself together. I'm on here. Is it on?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So when I tell you guys, I had a dream, right? This is no BS, no nothing. I had a dream. I don't even need these on, I don't think, but I had a crazy dream the other day. And it was so bizarre to me that the dream was like, this is really good because today's topic is going to make you think about where you are currently in your own personal life, different experiences that you've endured. And it's also going to prepare you for things that is to come, things that will come, so that you'll be actually prepared when these things happen, because you live long enough, it's going to happen if it has yet to happen, right? So let's talk about the discomfort of being overlooked, right? So in a dream, it was myself. I was in a dream, and then it had Flora Lene. Now Flora Lene was in a dream, right? And it was like a group of girls on a stage that I don't know if it was an award ceremony. I don't know exactly what it was, but we were all on the stage. And again, this is all a dream. And we were all on the stage, well, I wasn't on the stage yet. It was girls that had Flora Lene, and they were like lined up as if it was almost like a pageant, right? And they were lined up on the stage, and they were representing Flora Lene. They were representing my company. And then the guy who was presenting, I guess, the award, or he was acknowledging, I think he said to the something woman of the day, and the whole thing was all about Flora Lene. But then this other person, I don't know if you guys even remember who this person is, but how ironic is it? Mother Love, who is a woman who used to have a talk show years ago, whatever, back in the day. She, as I'm walking up, he shouts her out. Now, mind you, I was the person that was supposed to be getting the award or getting the recognition because it was about me. So as he's presenting this, this woman of whatever, I start walking up the steps to get to the stage. Well, don't you know, Mother Love comes up, starts walking up, and she grabs my hand, and she says, "Don't act like you don't see this woman, this beautiful woman, dot dot dot." And the guy pretty much looks like, "No, this ain't for her." And lo and behold, I say so when I was getting ready to say something nice to Mother Love, and she was like, "Oh, but let me tell you something." Like, she pretty much started checking me, and I felt this small. Mind you, it's my company that's on the stage. It's my recognition or whatever. But this other woman gets the notoriety and gets the recognition over me. And once again, I'm overlooked. And once again, I'm felt this small in front of everybody. So I begin to get so frustrated that I take the mic from Mother Love and I start to say, "Listen, if you don't know who I am, you will know who I am." Like, I was so frustrated in that moment that I had to just turn up. I had to just turn up my whole situation. I had to reintroduce myself pretty much. I had to let them know, like, "Listen, I'm no slouch. I'm no weakling. Just because I got comfortable, right? I was standing on the side. I'm standing at the bottom, letting them, letting people see what Flora Lene has, but I wasn't really bold and all in your face. Doesn't mean that I don't have it within me." So let's get back to the topic of pressure births purpose. So when you are under pressure, when you are so super uncomfortable in anything, right, it should cause you naturally, it's going to cause you to expand. So let's just, case in point, if you are you're giving birth to a baby. If you're a mother, or even if you're not a mother, but you know people who have had mothers, or you know anything about giving birth, then what you know is what's wrong? Oh, then what you know is that once the baby starts to grow, the uncomfortability starts to grow as well. And then as you continue to get uncomfortable, you start to expand. The expansion. The baby's growing. Then there's more pressure on the uterus. The more you're getting ready, the closer you are getting ready to go into giving birth to this baby, the pressure on the uterus starts to just like, oh my God, like this baby has to just come out. So with that being said, that's one way to look at the pressure birthing purpose, right? You're birthing something greater than yourself, so pressure comes to help expand you, right? If you're not uncomfortable, then typically you stay in your same position, right? So let's just say, let's say you're okay. So you're in line for something, right? You're in line. Oh, this is good. Say you're in line, you're waiting for something, and you're standing there. And while you're standing there, it's like, okay, I'll probably be in this line for maybe a few minutes, right? I'm gonna be in this line for a few minutes. But then next thing you know, the line ain't moving, and you still standing. Now you move up a little bit, an inch. Okay, you still standing. It's hot outside. Let's just create a picture, an atmosphere. So it's super hot outside. All right, that's number one. It's super hot. Let's just say it's a summer day. It's about 98 degrees, and it's about 2 in the afternoon, 3 o'clock. Sun is at its peak. I mean, baking, right? So you're standing in this line, and it's a long line. You're standing. You thought you was going to be quick, but you're in this line, so you don't have proper shoe footwear on. You got on what we got? Oh, them little flip flops that you get from Old Navy every year. They got them for what, $2, $1? You got on those flip flops. Ooh. Then you stand in this line, and you thought you was going to be there for a few minutes. Now you're in there in the line for over an hour. So you don't, if you were there for just a few minutes, you'd be fine. You don't start to get frustrated. You don't start to move and pace and lean up to see what's going on. You don't start to say, you know what, I'm out of here until you are comfortable. You don't move from your position until you are uncomfortable. Once the pressure of you standing gets too much, once that heat starts baking on you too long, you like, listen, I got, like, you start getting antsy. You start looking for answers, like, how long I'm be in this line? Like, you know, you getting real anxious and irritated because now because of that, you start to move. You start to change your position. You're no longer standing just straight in this line. I gotta move, right? So uncomfortability causes us to move. Now, some of us have gotten so comfortable within our lives, within our own selves. We've gotten too comfortable with the job that we have that does not push us into our purpose. We're just doing it because it pays our bills and it just makes us stay there. Or we're just so used to being at this job, even though we complain every single day, it's just we gotten so comfortable that it's like, it is what it is, right? You got so comfortable with some of the people that you are in relationships with intimately, your spouse, your significant other, that really don't mean you no good, but you know what? I'm just comfortable, so I'm going to just deal with it. I'm going to just stay. This is where I'm going to be at, right? Right? Because as long as you stay in a comfortable position, you ain't moving. But what happens when God puts pressure on you and it makes you move? What happens to that job that you keep staying at that you know has nothing to do and is not in line with your purpose, and God cuts it off? All of a sudden, they call you in the office and they say, Mr. Smith, Miss Smith, you know, we pulled your reports today and you're just not cutting it. We got to let you go. Like that. Now, when you are uncomfortable, because how you going to pay your mortgage? How you going to pay your car note? How you going to pay your rent? How you going to pay for your kids' school dues? How you going to continue to go on trips? How you going to continue to live? Because this is your safety net. This is your financial, strong. This is what's keeping you and carrying you and your family. So now once you get uncomfortable, what do? Oh, you start to tap into other shit. You start to tap into other areas. Hold up. Let me figure out what my purpose is. Let me figure out you going to start, if you got to start selling dinners, because you know you can cook. And people have been telling you for the last 10 years that you need to open up a restaurant, but you too comfortable working at the bank because it's convenient. You won't tap into what may be your purpose of being a chef or having your own restaurant. Who knows, right? Because you're minimizing the idea of opening up my own food truck, opening up my own restaurant. How can that really be a purpose? Because you never know that the purpose of you open up a restaurant is not so much because you can cook to feed people, but it's so much that your personality is so good that you'll be able to have conversations with people who need their souls fed through conversation when they come into your restaurant. Come on, somebody. Right? So, but because you minimize it, you minimize your purpose, you minimize your gift to, that's nothing. It ain't like my gift is to, Listen, your gift is significant. Because if it was not significant, God wouldn't have given it to you, number one and number two. That's it and that's all. Also, you also got to remember that you can't outrun death. You can't outrun life. The percentage of you being here and being born is like, what, a gazillion, a gazillion or whatever. It's a really, really high number, the percentage of you actually being born, like the sperm actually entering and you are here. That's number one. So you were supposed to be here. So the fact that you were supposed to be here means that the gift that God gave you is supposed to be used. Your purpose is supposed to be used. That's number one. So don't ever negate or minimize what you think is so minute like that. No, it's significant. So go and operate in it. Now, let's go back to being uncomfortable and how that pressure will birth you into purpose. Now, we went through that. Let's talk about your relationship. Let's say, you are you're a person who, you're a housewife. Okay. You don't work. You don't have to take care of anything. But you know that you have a gift. You know that you have a gift. You know that you have a purpose that is assigned to your life, but you are too busy being a housewife. So you're raising you got two 6-month-old twins. You got a set of 6-month-old twins, and all you focus on is cooking, cleaning, making sure your husband's suits are pressed and laid out and his tie matches, and that's all you focus on. And you've been doing that for forever, right? Because this is all you wanted. He provides for you. He gives you an allowance every day or whatever. What happens when, God forbid, that husband dies? Now, when that husband dies, you are placed in a position of pressure, which is going to birth you into purpose, because now you have two children who are twins that are 6 months old, and they are going to depend on you, right? And if you do not provide, then they lack substantially. If you do not provide for yourselves, you do not have shelter. All the things that he once provided, you don't have at your grasp. So you got to go out and get it, right? But hey, you haven't worked in some odd years because you've been a housewife for so long. So your resume is not extensive. So nobody's hiring you off the bat. So what do you have to do? You have to get so uncomfortable where you're like, wait a minute. But I do know how, in the meantime, this is how we think. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for a job to call me, I do know how to sew. This is all examples. I know how to sew. Maybe I could go back to sewing. It's prom season. This is all scenario based. This is all just hypothetical, right? Now you make a prom dress, you put it up on social media, and everybody goes crazy. Right? And now you got people like, oh, can you make my daughter's prom gown? Can you make my son's prom suit? Can you make my wedding gown? Now you're getting an influx. And you're like, how? What? Now money is coming hand over fist. Why? Because you went back to your purpose. The pressure birthed you into your purpose, where you had no other recourse or you had no other option, for lack of better words, than to do what you were born to do anyway. Okay? Sometimes God will put pressure on you, and in doing the pressure, you will feel like, so let's just use your husband he dies, God forbid, right? or he falls ill, right? Now, you are devastated. But do you know that you operating in your purpose is an obligation to God? That's my 2-year-old talking. Lele made a mess. So it's your obligation to God to operate in your gift and purpose. So when you do not do, like as a parent, I'm a mother. You hear my 2-year-old right here, right? If she does not do what she's supposed to do, if my other children who are 13, 15, 18 do not do what they are supposed to do, what they are obligated to do, there is a discipline that comes. There is a chastisement that comes. There is a pressure that I am going to release upon them. And anyone attached to them may feel that pressure. So, case in point, if my daughter, my 18-year-old or my 15-year-old doesn't do XYZ, guess what? And they have plans on their girlfriends coming over this particular weekend, guess what? They did not fulfill their obligation. Now their girlfriends can't come over. Now they're cut off. Now not only does my daughters feel it, but their friends feel it too. They have to deal with it because they're connected. Your husband or your spouse falling ill or something, them losing their jobs, which is naturally what was providing for you guys, but because you are not operating in your purpose, God will produce a pressure, like cause him to fall ill or cause him to lose his financial stability in some form or fashion, and it's not his fault. But because he's attached to you and because God needs you to operate in your purpose and fulfill your obligation with your gift, that other person feels the blunt of it. I don't think y'all understand what I'm saying. Now, that's that part. So before I move forward, what I want to show you guys, I'm going to show you my, I'm going to show you guys my screen real fast. And before we go off, I just want you guys to like, comment, and share. And let's talk about the conversation in depth in the comments. But I'm going to get off soon. But I want to show you guys what pressure produces, what uncomfortability produces, what being frustrated can produce, what being irritated can produce. We get so anxious, we get so irritated by the irritant, the certain things. Oh, my boss gets on my nerves. My boss gets on my nerves. I can't stand my boss. But what you do not know is that boss has an assignment to irritate you into purpose. Y'all don't get it. But I need my husband right now because I don't know how to do this. So give me a second. I want to make sure I know how to do it. Hold on. Sorry. Right? And then, right? And then. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm going to show y'all my screen. Okay. So, I got lost. Hold on, y'all. I'm lost. Okay. So, I want you to understand how a pearl is made. So, how do I can't read it. Can y'all read that? How do I go and see so I can see it too? It's too small for me to read from here. Hold on. So I'm going to read it on my end. I hope you guys can see this. A natural pearl, often called an oriental pearl, forms when an irritant works its way into a particular species of oyster, mussel, or clam. As a defense mechanism, the mollusk, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Please don't correct me. Just know, look it up for yourself. It's MOLLUSK. Y'all see it. Secretes, that means spit something out. That's, you know what secretions are, okay? Spit something out. Secretes a fluid to coat the irritant. My God. Layer upon layer of this coating is deposited onto the irritant until a lustrous pearl is formed. Oh my God. So let's just say I'm a clam. Hold on, give me. Okay, we're just gonna use my fist. Let me go back so I can see y'all. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for a second. I'm gonna read it just one more time so I can make sure you guys have it. A natural pearl, often called an oriental pearl, forms when an irritant works its way. Honey, can you hear me, my water? Works its way into a particular species of oyster, mussel, or clam. As a defense defense mechanism. That means it's a response to being so irritated. The defense mechanism is not to run. The defense mechanism is not for the clam or the oyster, thank you, to tighten up. The defense mechanism is the mollusk secretes secretes a fluid to coat the irritant, layer upon layer. So it's like, it's not running from this irritant. It's like, oh, this is what we're doing. It's just spitting all this fluid. And it's not stopping until it is completely coated. The irritant is completely coated until an illustrious pearl is formed. So these pearls, everybody wants pearls. Everybody want to wear pearls around their neck. That's how those beautiful little balls are created. They are not created until an oyster, clam, or mussel is irritated enough. So there's a pearl inside of you. There's something that's so illustrious that God wants to birth, that you're supposed to birth, but you are not irritated enough. So what God says, let me put some more pressure. Because you're not realizing that the reason you hate going to your job so much is because you ain't supposed to work there. The reason you hate your spouse so much is because you ain't supposed to be laying with her. The reason you hate him so much is because he ain't the one. You made him the one. You made her the one. If you ain't married and that's just your boyfriend, girlfriend, you still have time to get out. If you married, baby, and he or she ain't beating on you, y'all got to work it out. But you put God in it, it'll work itself out. But if this is just your spouse, this is someone you're dating, listen, stop forcing something. You're forcing something. Instead, won't you go here and let me go here. This irritant is supposed to cause you to become that pearl. Right? So that's that part. Now, I want to show you one more thing, because everybody loves diamonds. A girl like me love too. No mistake. I love it. I love a diamond. Okay, I love diamonds. But let me tell you, I don't think many people. Obviously, they always say that it takes pressure to create a diamond. Obviously, but what's the? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So simply put, okay, wait a minute. How I forgot to share with you. Hold on. I told you this is my first time. I'm learning. I gotta go to. It said, oh shit, I messed up again. Hold on. I think I got it, y'all. I'm gonna share, and then I'm coming. And boom, and okay. So I hope you guys can see this, right? It says, simply put, diamond formation occurs when carbon deposits deep within the earth, approximately 90 to 125 miles below the surface of the earth. Are you understanding what's happening? Do you know how deep that is? And are subject to high temperature and pressure. So I need you to understand. It says some stones take shape in a matter of days or months, while others take millions of years to materialize. You so frustrated at waiting, but if only you knew that the frustration that you have is because you don't realize, number one, that your stone is so precious, it's taking a little bit of time to materialize. Number one, and number two, the diamond within you cannot be produced because you are not willing to go deep within yourself enough. So again, simply put, diamond formation. Sorry, y'all, I keep belching. I made some what I made, rice and peas from scratch. You know, I ain't no canned peas. Rice and peas, some cabbage. Amazing. So that's why I keep belching. But anyway, simply put, diamond formation occurs when carbon deposits deep within the earth. So it has to go deep. It has to penetrate approximately 90 to 125 miles below the surface. Are subject to high temperature and pressure. You have to subject, or you are being subjected to a lot of to high pressure. But it's not until you also, so it's not just you have to be subjected to high pressure, but deep, you have to go deep within. So it has to go deep within the earth. You have to go deep within yourself and pull out your purpose so that that diamond can be formed. Don't think that the pressure and the pressure that's on you is just to cause pressure. It's an irritant. And the irritant is, again, to go back to the oyster or the clam and the pearl, is to help you produce something so much greater than just you posting on Instagram or social media like, oh my God, I had the rough day. Oh my God, I can't stand my boss. Oh my God, I can't stand my coworker, or making up a real dope reel about them or about the situation, or making up a crazy meme or reposting a meme that's similar to your situation. No, it's not about that. The irritant in your life is to cause you into, that irritant is to help transition you into your purpose. That pressure is to help transition you into purpose. That uncomfortability is what it's going to take to get you into that position of making all the coins that you want. But you are not allowing yourself to, one, be uncomfortable enough. You keep making every situation, you start forming to fit the uncomfortability. You're trying to fit the uncomfortability into your life. You're trying to figure out how you can still be comfortable with it. No, you don't like the job, leave. You don't like the girl, be done with her. You don't like the husband, not the husband, because I told you if it's husband, I don't play about that. Your vows are sacred, it's serious. But you don't like the boyfriend, go. Stop trying to fit yourself into an uncomfortable position when in fact the uncomfortability is there for a reason, to help provide pressure to birth you into purpose. That's it, and that's all. Continue to like, comment, and share, please. And thank you. Shout Flora Lene Fitness. ShoutFloraLene.com if you want to lose weight. There's so many different programs there, so many different options. Right now, we are going hard with our Flora Lene Drip Cream, Flora Lene Drip Belts, and our sauna bags that I am certain will help you lose weight, especially as we transition into Mother's Day. Because again, you could be a mother, don't mean you have to look like one. See you guys. Have an amazing day. Thanks for tuning in. And I'm out of here. See you guys. It's too small. I don't know how to make it bigger. I'm sorry, Camilla. I don't know how to make it bigger. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna try to make it bigger. Is that better? Is this better, Camilla? Tell me if this is better for you to see. Oh wait. Oh, there we go. Is that better? I'm thinking that's better. You still can't see it? Oh, God. I don't know why you can't see it. I know now. I see your face. Thank you for tuning in. But I really want you guys to understand. Yeah, so I'll probably put my references. I'll probably type it in here, whatever, for you to see. But I hope you got something out of this message. I hope to see you very soon. And thank you for tuning in. See you guys. Bye.